Hi everyone. Disclaimer, I'm blind and I'm using an eye device, and I will be using an eye device for the foreseeable future, which means I have a much smaller camera. So, forgive the quality of the video, but that's just the most you can expect from this particular blind person. Okay. My vehicle is actually expected any minute. I'm not sure what kind of vlog this is going to turn out to be. I'm exercising, and that's about it. That's about all I've got planned for today, really. I think I'm gonna combine well, no I won't. Boy, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is seriously gonna be the tiniest, lamest vlog in the It's only like 2 minutes long. There's really, really, really long, and then there's unbelievably tiny and barely worth putting up. We'll see if anything happens between now and Big Brother. Maybe I'll see a news story that I just have to comment on, or I'll just tell people where my mind's been lately. Well, a big part of where my mind's been is trying to figure out what the right eye device / vlogging camera is. And enough about that already, huh? I think I've pretty much figured it out, and I have it, and that's it. I already talked about that twice in my last vlog. Sorry about the redundancy there. And I do plan on doing a live vlog for Big Brother tonight, but I'm not going to combine that with today's vlog. Today's vlog's stupid short, but I don't think people who actually watch my Big Brother vlog videos particularly care to watch a vlog on top of a Big Brother vlog. They'd probably rather I do the Big Brother vlog separately. Right? All these stories about Louisiana flooding, it makes me hope that the people that I care about there are okay. I spent a year of my life in Louisiana, and good things happened and bad things happened. It was a kind of a specialized training center for the blind, and at some point I will maybe talk more about it. What I'd love to do is go back there and visit, and while I'm at it, if I can get people to go for it. I would like to do some YouTube videos, like featuring some of the people there and like talking about like what their individual classes do or what their, I mean, one of the teachers, I guess one of his students or former students or whatever was visiting or was there, period. I think she was a former student, and somewhere along the line she got a video of him and she posted it up on Facebook. He was just giving his little regular speech about what his class was about. You know, I heard him give that speech when people would tour when I was there. But I watched it, and he said some things that he didn't used to say when I was there. He talked about some changes in his class that he, I think I was there for like the very beginnings of that change. Of course, that was 12 years ago, and now it's built right into his class curriculum. It wasn't before. And, I kind of wish I could go back and do it again now. His was not the class that there was one class in particular that if I had a chance to go back for training there, I would not necessarily want that class because, I suppose I'd give it another chance, but they needed to realize that with some people just can't be I'm not going to talk about this right now. But there was one class that I just really had a problem with, just for the simple fact that due to being blind and also having I'm more than just blind. I'm blind and I have spatial issues. And because of those issues, I will never excel in this particular subject. So if I could get... So you're going to when I say that and then I vlog next week about my assessment in said class, you're going to be going, I thought you said you suck at that class just because of the way you are. Why would you go back for more training on the local level in that regard? Well, what I'm actually doing is I'm not necessarily going back for more training unless the teacher, and I think that we need to, but I want to talk specifically about a couple of things with the teacher. Really, the assessment, as far as I'm concerned, is a chance for me to talk to a teacher, for me to try to keep an open mind. I did this like 3 years ago, and first of all, I was dealing with a different counselor and a different teacher. I don't know who the teacher's going to be. There's like 2 or 3. I don't know which one of them is going to work with me this time, but and I think I went about it the wrong way last time. I said, this is what I want to learn, and I think that started things off on the wrong foot, because the teacher was hearing that and she was thinking, well, this is what we do learn. She's already got her mind made up of what she's going to learn. That's not going to work. I'm just going to ask them, what is your opinion? This is what I would like to learn, but do you think that, in your opinion, is this something that I should be trying to learn? But anyway, that's that particular situation. As far as everything else is concerned, first of all, computers, Braille, kitchen or home ec or home management, those are 3 classes where I think that there's no such thing as too much learning in that kind of class, too much practice in that kind of class. Even speed work could help. And as far as computers, technology is always changing, and if they're open to teaching me about things that they weren't prepared to teach me about before, if only because they didn't exist. I mean, let's face it, what was an iPhone back in 2003, 2004? An iPhone, I don't think there was any such thing as an iPhone. I think you would hear, I have a phone, or I have a cell phone in the same sentence like that. But iPhone, I don't think there was any such thing as an iPhone. So, of course, people didn't know how to teach it. It didn't even exist yet. No one had any idea how usable it was going to be or how much people needed to learn it. Now, I do consider myself a pretty skilled iPhone user, but I mean, what did I just do yesterday? I went into the Apple store and said, can you teach me how to do this? I mean, just because I know a lot about using the technology doesn't mean I know everything, and it doesn't mean I'm not open to learning more. So, in that respect, I wouldn't mind learning more if there's more for me to learn or more that they're willing or able to teach. Braille, when you compare a person writing in pencil to me writing on the slate and stylus, there's a huge speed difference. When you compare a person reading print to my reading Braille, there's a speed difference. That's something that I wouldn't mind, just practicing, and getting, building up speed. Home management, there's no such thing as too many recipes, or learning to cook something different. There's nothing wrong with that. Or even refreshing the skills that I've got, there's nothing wrong with that. And as far as the class with the teacher who was featured on Facebook, his was not my least favorite class. His was the one that, if I had a chance to do it again, I would. And his is the class that I know I didn't do as much in that class as, say, a student who started training this coming Monday would do. Why am I saying all this? It's not like, I can write to the director of the center. I plan to write to the director of the center. I've actually started an email, but I don't know, I guess I need to wrap it up and read it again, decide, do I want to send it like that? Am I asking to go back to that center? In my heart, I'd love to go back to that center. Like I said, there were good things and there were bad things, but I think it was one of the best decisions I've made overall in my life, and I miss it, and I'd love to go back. But first of all, I know there's no way Oregon Rehab is going to pay for that, and God knows I can't. If I could afford that, I would be able to afford just about anything that I wouldn't be using money as a reason to not get stuff taken care of. And I would love to go back there if I could. A girl can dream, can't she? And I know that the center that this, I know that the national organization that this center is a part of believes in, following your dreams and living the life you want. But the thing about my dreams is a lot of times they're not destined to come true, or they're too far-fetched to be reality. However, my dream of returning to Louisiana, at least for a little while or something, could probably come true. I think what I might be looking at is what might be called a vacation to that location. I think that's the more feasible way to go about it. But I just really
4:32 p.m.
I miss it.
YouTube.
I miss
Button.
It was 12 years ago, but it was one of the biggest decisions that I've made one of the best decisions that I've made, even with the bad things. I really was able to kind of, for the first time in my life, get out from the, how do I word this? I was able to, for the first time in my life, get out from under the influence of certain relatives and kind of get in touch with myself. And it happened later on in the process, but I was finally able to get help for, I'm just going to say it, get help for a mental illness that no one knew or acknowledged I had. And, you know, I think two things needed to happen. I needed to get in touch with myself, first of all, and I needed to get the adjustment to blindness training that I got. And the fact that all of it happened at once, I'm not sure if that was the best thing. I wish that I could have split the two things up and kind of figured out, I'd gotten to the point where I could have like figured out who I was, which I admit I'm still kind of in the process of doing in some regards, but you know, gotten in touch with myself, figured out who Anne Verdine really is, as opposed to the person, somebody Verdine, you know, my real name, who was this person that tried so hard to be who her family wanted her to be, because if she didn't, she couldn't get their approval, which she never really felt like she had their approval anyway, so in some ways it was like, what's the point? But anyway, I was dealing with all of that at the same time, and I wish that I had the chance to brush up on or reinforce the adjustment to blindness training, and maybe this time, if they would not, well, this time, if there was such a thing as a way for this to happen, this time, if certain things that happened last time would not happen, so that all the progress that I felt like had been done by the time I graduated wasn't undone by the time I left Louisiana. Maybe it wasn't quite that bad, but I kind of did feel that way.
Coin. Now. Washington. 4:37 p.m. One notification.
Anyway, if anyone from there happens to be watching, you know, I miss the place. I would love to come back, and even if it's by coming back there on vacation for a little while, I'm thinking I probably will at some point. It would be even better if I could get like some kind of refresher situation. I know there's probably no such thing, but if there was, I'd love to take advantage of it. But until then, and until I at least come for a vacation, I hope y'all are okay. Whether I got along with you or not, whether we had good times or bad times, I wouldn't wish losing your home or getting hurt or drowning or losing your life or the lives of loved ones on anyone. And I actually suspect that you're fortunate enough that where you're located and where this is happening, I hope that you're far enough away from that it only affects you in terms of, God, I feel for the people on the other side of the state. But if it doesn't, if anyone in your family is affected, I'm hoping and praying that they will be okay, and I hope y'all are okay, and I miss the center, and I look forward to coming back one of these days in some capacity. Meanwhile, I wanted to find a way to just sit down and chat and turn this into something that was long enough to put up, and I definitely have done that. I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and I'll see you tomorrow for more Vlogust. I'll probably actually make the video later tonight, but I'll see you tomorrow for more Vlogust. If you like what you are seeing, I hope you'll like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. See you for the next video. Bye.